you probably suck at writing good prompts. If you have written big prompts earlier, you know how difficult it gets when you are 5 lines deep into it. Like you lose some information, like you forget what to add, you don't remember like what to type, or similar experience you may have. So basically, you are a beginner like this guy, the beginner. So this dude has bunch of prompt templates that he found online. In the name of writing a prompt, all he does is inserts variables and expect results. You can see how he is lost in the work. So you definitely don't want to end up in this place. So by the end of this video, you will be the master at the art of writing good prompts. I think that will be a better way to put it. The master has proven framework and writes his prompts based on that. He knows what leads to increase in LLM's performance and how to get the best out. So I'm gonna give you that framework today. So grab your pen and paper with a beverage you like, and yeah, let's start. So let's say you are a business owner. You receive a bunch of emails every day from your website form and you just check them manually. Now you want a LLM to do this on your behalf. So you open ChatGPT and like an average user, you say something like, hey, classify this email into ignore opportunity needs attention level, and then you throw in whatever the email content you have here as a variable. Yeah. Now there is nothing wrong with this, but do you think like will it force LLM to give its maximum performance? Well, of course not. So instead we will write our prompt based on a framework that leverages 6 components that will boost the LLM's performance. So what we will do, we'll write a prompt based on the framework and also compare the typical way the prompts are written. So like we will have the better understanding of what are we doing and what we used to do earlier, and we will understand each component and techniques that are used behind the formula. Like it's a 6 component formula, so basically like we will get the idea. And also in the end I have one resource for you, so stick till the end. So our 6 component prompt formula looks something like this. Our comprehensive framework for crafting superior LLM prompt consists of six essential components. Each component leverages specific techniques. This one is important. Specific techniques to optimize LLM's performance, ensuring clarity, precision, and desired outputs. We will explore each of these components individually along with formatting guidelines and key considerations for writing effective prompts. This structured approach will help you understand and implement instructions for LLMs without getting lost in complexity. So like our prompt formula looks something like this. We have first role, then task, then specifics, then context, examples, notes. So these are like sections of one single prompt. So we have like we have here role. So this will be on the top, then task, and the techniques that I told you, those techniques we will use while writing the prompt. So then yeah, let's move to our first component, role prompting. So the role utilizes a technique called role prompting. This involves assigning the LLM a specific role to play during the interaction. This isn't just a formality, it's a strategic step to enhance performance. So like basically we have to assign a specific role to the LLM, like act as this or like act as that. We have an example here. When you assign a role, example maths teacher, the LLM immerses itself in that persona, significantly improving its performance on subsequent tasks. I think this is not an example, I'm giving you more information. Additionally, you can enrich the role by adding key qualities you want the LLM to possess, such as math teacher with strong understanding of algebra, geometry and trigonometry. So like you got the idea that we assign a specific role to LLM and then we enrich it with the qualities we want in it. Like you can say that you are a maths teacher with 10 years of experience in this particular topic. So that 10 years of experience and that specific topic are the key qualities of that particular maths teacher, and that maths teacher is a role that we are assigning to LLM. You are clear about this. So yeah, So the example we have here is you are a highly skilled and creative short form content scriptwriter with a knack for crafting engaging, informative, and concise video. In this example, the role is clearly established. So the role here we have is highly skilled and creative short form content scriptwriter. So this is the role which we are giving to LLM, and key qualities are engaging, informative, and like crafting engaging, informative, and concise videos. So these are the key qualities we have are highlighted to emphasize the model's aptitude. So the key takeaways we have: enrich the role with additional words to highlight the LLM's proficiency in that task. Select a role that provides distinct advantage for the specific task. Like whatever the task you have, like the task you have, which profession will be best to solve that problem. You have to choose that one. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So next we have the prompt comparison. So before you will write, the beginner would write something like classify the following email into ignore, opportunity, or needs attention level, and throw in the email content. Now we know this concept of role prompting. So what we'll write is, you are an experienced email classification assistant that accurately categorizes emails based on their content and potential business impact. And then we will add the task like classify the following email into ignore, opportunity, or needs attention levels. Now we have our second component, task. The task component is the direct description of what you want the LLM to achieve. This is the place which usually the users throw in whatever they have, like do this, do that. So the consideration for writing task is start with a verb. Always begin with an action verb like generate, create, write, or analyze. Like then be descriptive and precise. Clearly articulate what needs to be done while keeping it concise. So like you have to plan the way you will be writing prompt before writing it. Like you have to write before you're writing it. That's what it's saying. Insert variables. Depending on the use case, this is where you can integrate variables for dynamic content, like in case the email content. So the example we have with variable, generate engaging and casual outreach messages for users looking to promote their niche specific service or product, especially focusing on the integration of AI tools to scale businesses. Your message should be direct. Your messages should be direct, friendly, and tailored to the recipient, encouraging a conversation about how AI can benefit their business. Below are the details of what you must generate for niche, the variable for niche, offer, variable for offer. Simple. So that was it for how to write a task, and also this was just writing the task itself in a properly articulated manner. And there is next technique that we also use at this component only, that is chain of thought prompting. So what does this chain of thought prompting do? This technique instructs the model to think step by step, providing a detailed process to follow. Use this step-by-step process to ensure your script is top-notch. Hook the viewer with the attention-grabbing opening line. Briefly explain the key concept. Provide 1 to 2 fascinating facts. Describe the main takeaway. End with powerful closing line. Review the entire script for consciousness and flow. So you can write this in 1 to 3 like bullet points. It will be easy for you also to understand like what you are adding up to this technique. So research shows a 10% accuracy boost on simple problems and dramatic 90% boost on complex multi-step problem. The more complex the problem, the more significant the improvement with chain of thought prompting. So like how we do it, like when we are approaching some complex problem, like we write about it, we think about it. So basically it is a similar step like that, prompt comparison. You remember I told you that this is what users provide LLM to just do the work and give it to me, like that thing. And we have the upgraded version, you can say. So the task is classify the following email into ignore, opportunity, or needs attention labels using the following step-by-step process. So this was neatly arranged a task, and this is the chain of thought prompting that technique is used here. What it says: analyze the email content for keywords and phrases that indicate email's importance and relevance to the business. Determine if email requires a response or action based on its content. Assign the appropriate label based on the analysis. Ignore for irrelevant emails. Opportunity for emails that present potential business opportunity or needs attention for emails that require a timely response or action. And then we add variable here. So the next component we have is specifics. The specifics section is crucial for outlining important notes regarding the execution of the task. This list format allows for easy additions and refinements as you test and improve your prompt, ensuring clarity without unnecessary fluff. So basically in this specific section, you highlight how you want this task to be done. Like you add the details in list format, so it becomes easy for you to understand what you have added. And also like when you will write big prompts for the agents, you will be charged for the tokens, like input tokens. So you have to keep the prompt small as possible. So while testing, you will add points, maybe reduce it after test and refinement, so it becomes easier for you to work around with that. So the example specific is: each message should have an intro, body and outro with a tone that's informal and engaging. Use placeholders like user first name to personalize introductions. Next is integrating emotion prompt. So the emotion prompt is also a technique that we use in this component only. So what it says is: specifics also offer an opportunity to integrate emotion prompt, a technique proven to increase response quality and accuracy. This involves adding short phrases or sentences with emotional stimuli to your prompt. So basically you are telling LLM how important that task is for you. It's like giving very big responsibility to the LLM. So the examples are like: this is very important to my career, this task is vital to my career, and I greatly value your thorough analysis. So this example is effective on simple tasks, and this bottom one is best for complex tasks requiring high level reasoning. We have highlighted thorough analysis, so it puts that LLM into that mode where it will think it twice or something like that. So the key takeaways are: adding simple emotional phrases encourages the LLM to engage in more thorough and deliberate processing. This is particularly beneficial for complex tasks that demand careful thought and analysis, leading to more accurate and nuanced outputs. So yeah, that was a specific section. And prompt comparison. Previously, there is nothing added as specific. So we have specific. This task is critical to the success of our business. So please provide a thorough analysis of the email. If the email contains personally identifiable information, ensure that it is handled in the accordance with our data privacy policy. Your accurate categorization of this email is greatly appreciated and contributes to the efficiency of our operations. So yeah, that was the comparison. So far, this one is like far better than that. You remember that one line that needs attention, that labels. I think this was it. So yeah, so the next component we have is context. Providing context about the LLM's operating environment and the purpose of its task can significantly boost performance. This component reinforces earlier techniques like role prompting by further clarifying the LLM's identity, actions, and motivations. So basically, you are giving LLM the broader context about how, where, and how the LLM is operating. Here we can also add the previously used techniques like role prompting. We have example here. Our company provides AI-powered solutions to businesses across various industries. We receive a high volume of emails from potential clients through our website's contact form. Your role in classifying these emails is essential for our sales team to prioritize their efforts and respond to inquiries in a timely manner. So here we are using emotion prompt technique. By accurately identifying opportunities and emails that need attention, you directly contribute to the growth and success. This again it's emotion prompt. Success of our company, therefore we greatly value your consideration. So yeah, you can use these previously used technique, and you don't have to pile up stuff here. Like less is always more. You will get charged for the tokens, so you don't have to add unnecessary fluff here. So general notes for context, we can add business overview, system integration, and the importance of task, like the way it is done here. Next, prompt comparison. Yeah, this is only important to us. Our company provides AI powered solutions to businesses across. You can pause the video and read this one. Like I'm not gonna read this. Like it's already paining on my jaw. So the next component is example. The example section leverages few shot prompting, a powerful technique to significantly increase performance and fine-tune the LLM's response tone, format, and length. This involves providing a number of input-output examples directly within the prompt. Basically, this example section avoids the need for fine-tuning the LLM. You can Google the fine-tuning. I'm not gonna go into that, but just to give you that idea, like you train the model on the existing data. That is basically the fine-tuning. So what you do is craft some examples in which you write already that how the answer will be there. Yeah, basically that is the idea here. So key takeaways are, even a few examples drastically improve performance compared to zero-shot prompting, which means no example. Diminishing returns, while the accuracy scales with more examples, most gains are achieved with 10 to 32 well-crafted examples. 3 to 5 well-crafted examples are enough to get good results through that, while accuracy scales with more examples, most gains are achieved with 10 to 30 well-crafted examples. You don't need to craft 10 to 32 examples. 3 to 5 well-crafted examples also give like very good response. So yeah, you can do like 3 to 5. It will be enough. In context learning, few-shot prompting act as in context learning, serving as an effective and much easier to implement substitute for traditional fine-tuning. I told you this one earlier. So how it works? By showing the LLM specific instances of desired inputs and their corresponding outputs, you guide its understanding without needing to retain the model. This allows the LLM to infer patterns and generate responses that align with your specific requirements for tone, style, and structure. So you got the idea. Basically, you are telling LLM like, I want my answer to be in this particular format, in this particular tone, and the way should be like the structure. I want it list view or basically short text, like that. So you got the idea. Here's the example structure. This is in markdown structure. There's a letter in the video. Our prompt comparison is like way bigger now. You can see, you can pause the video and see these examples, these 3 examples. As we are expecting here, the output as label. So we have added the labels only here, like as the LLM's response. So you can read that. We have read the example section, and we are at our last component, that is notes. So the notes section is your final opportunity to remind the LLM of key aspect of the task and add any last minute details to tweak outputs to your desired style. This list typically starts small and grows as you test and refine your prompt, allowing more flexible adjustments without refactoring the entire prompt. Basically, you just remind the LLM of the important things it has to do, like whatever that may be specifically to your needs. So common notes include output formatting, negative prompting, tone tweaks, reminders. Yeah, you can go through this. This is like simple. So yeah, this one is my favorite, the lost in the middle effect. So what happens is, when we give a very big prompt to LLM, and LLM does is, it goes through that whole prompt and it focuses on the beginning of the prompt and end of the prompt. Like there is something, this primacy, it is called primacy and recency. So primacy is beginning and recency is the end of the prompt. So what it is, the inclusion of the notes section is based on the lost in the middle effect, a significant limitation in how language models handle the large amounts of input tokens. LLMs perform best when relevant information is at the very beginning or end of the input context. Performance significantly worsens when the critical information is in the middle of long context, even in models designed for long sequences. So basically, it is saying that the LLM will forget what is in the middle. So don't add the critical information in the middle. Either add it at the very beginning or at the very end. This is why this note section is important. Key takeaways: the note section is ideal for appending reminders from the task or specific instruction at the start and the end of the prompt are listened far more. Less context or fluff means remaining instructions are more likely to be followed. So yeah, that was the note section and prompt comparison. So yeah, this is the note section for the prompt which we were building. Please provide the email classification label and only the label as your response. So we are reminding it here as we want only label as our output. Do not include any personal information from the email in your response. If you are unsure about the appropriate classification, err on side of caution and assign the needs attention label. So yeah, basically we are reminding the model about what we mostly want. Structuring your prompt with Markdown. Our prompt has become like way bigger than it was earlier, like from a single line to like around a paragraph long. So as our prompts become longer and more complex, structuring them effectively is essential for readability and LLM comprehension. Markdown, a plain text formatting syntax common across the web, provides the most effective way to organize your prompt. Markdown tools for prompt structure. So we have headings, bold, italics, underlines, lists, horizontal rules and more. So this is like I don't know of you, but I remember that when I used to copy the responses from ChatGPT and then when I'm pasting it used to show this bad, but at that time I didn't know what the hell was it, like why these hashtags are coming, and then I had to remove it all manually. So the key takeaways are: use one hashtag h1 to mark each of the 6 core components for your prompt. Use 2 hashtags or 3 hashtags as necessary within each core component for subsections. Employ bolding to emphasize keywords or phrase for better LLM attention. So yeah, you know how to do it. So example markdown structure is this: one hashtag for the main component we have for the 6 components. Then in that 2 hashtags for the subsections like this about the business and our system. So yeah, this is easy, you can go through this. So yeah, the free resource. So now you have better understanding of how prompts work and how to write them properly and the science behind why will it work and why won't it. So you have the better understanding of it now. I know that this was my first video and I don't know what even I am speaking. So I have made a document in that I have added everything in whatever I told, so it is more easier for you to go through that. And also there is a template for this, so like this. So you have to just copy this thing, and when you are writing actual prompt, you just paste it and write your some and in front of that. So yeah, subscribe to my channel if you like the video, and liking it also is much more appreciated. So goodbye.